Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We're coming to you live here, Chris and Tammy from Daytona Beach, Florida. In about a month from now, we're going to be back in Toronto, Canada. And this is our live here, folks. And we want to welcome you to our presentation of Got Backup on this end of week presentation on Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern. And first of all, I just want to start by congratulating all the associates that have ranked up this month. It's just amazing how much momentum we're gaining right now. And I know that there's going to be some announcements coming in, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And on this coming Saturday, Tammy and I are going to be doing a training on how to utilize the internal wallet over and above the orientation that we like to do on Saturday to help folks that are just getting started. So I just like to start by welcoming Bakshir. Great to have you here from Bangladesh. And we have here Regeneration Zone from Vegas. Great to have you. Mary Paul from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Welcome, welcome. We have Michelle Perrault. Welcome from Mississauga, Ontario. We have Canadians here this evening. We have Brian. Great to have you here. We have Kendra and Michelle and Joe and Andres. And we have Robert, Yvonne, Richard, and Everton. Great to have you guys here from Jamaica. This is awesome. So, folks, Tammy and I are really, really excited about Got Backup. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. And this evening, we want to share with you why we are excited. So, Tammy, let's begin on how do we get introduced to Got Backup?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome everybody. Chris and I are super excited. Some really great announcements are coming up, and it just keeps getting better. We've been in Got Backup for 2 years now, and we have 27 years in the network marketing industry. We've built global businesses, traveled around the world, have a lot of fun, developed so many top leaders, which was very, very exciting when you can help transform people's lives. And the owner of Got Backup, Joel Terrier, is a very good friend of ours. We've known him for 20 plus years. Chris is going to share a little bit about how we knew him back then. And because Chris was using one of his services, which he'll share with you. And he said, I got a new project that I'm really excited about. It's called Got Backup. He said, would you guys be open to have a look at it? And we know that digital products are the way to go now. So we said, yeah, sure, we'll have a look at it. And with the credibility, and we've seen him, build a massive business through online. And we said, yeah, once we saw that, exactly what you're going to see tonight, that's when we said, oh my gosh, yeah, we're in. So you'll see as we roll out the presentation.
And folks, the reason we really got excited about this also over and above what Tammy shared is we have friends. We've made some friends from all over the world over the decades in this industry of network marketing in West Africa, East Africa, Central Africa, and in South America, in the United States, across Canada, in Mexico, in Australia, New Zealand. We've made some friends in the Philippines, Japan, and China. And folks, it's amazing how many wonderful people and people all over the world are so wonderful, folks. Don't listen to the news. People are just incredible all around the world. And we know that the currency and inflation has caused a lot of obstacles for people to be able to start a business. And we saw the possibility that Got Backup was introducing with a service that everyone needs at a price point that everyone can afford. So we saw families that can take advantage of a global opportunity, massive growth and success, where we saw people where they can turn their dreams into reality. Just to show a little bit of a reflection on that is when you look at the family on the far left here, where they just bought this brand new home and they're kind of showing off that new set of keys. Is not an awesome feeling, folks, to be able to do that? And what about going on vacation where you want to, not where you can afford to, or skip this year because we can't afford it? What if that was not an issue because you're getting another stream of income to be able to afford all of that? What about new members of the family? Understanding the price of groceries and diapers and baby food. And we understand how expensive all of these are. So people are questioning, can we afford having more members of the family? And folks, that should not be a reason for not having more members of the family. Right? So what if that was not an issue for you? And here's another one that's really important that I find as Tammy and I are moving on into that stage. I'm going to be 60 next year. And I know Tammy already crossed the line here. And folks, we're planning for our future. And we know that there's been a lot of changes in our investments and equities, and things are fluctuating. Some things went up, some things went down. But the fact is, maybe some of you feel uncomfortable about your retirement. What if you can feed that and start increasing your retirement plan? So that's what we want to talk about in this session here today.
Yeah, and really that's the reason, Chris, you and I got involved in the industry. We wanted to break away from the traditional way of the job world. And I came from a traditional business, and that's opening the door, closing the door, and really you buy a job when you own your own traditional business. And this opportunity allows family members to have more freedom, to be able to work from home, to be anywhere. Actually, I mean, we'll go to the beach and we've got our phones and we're doing business. So you can be anywhere and to build this. So if you have the right work ethic and you're willing to share this great opportunity with people, then you're going to do extremely well. We're seeing so much growth right now; it's incredible.
I agree, Tammy. And just a little bit of background here from the company. In 1997, GotBackup was originally conceived in Gatineau, Quebec. I know that sounds kind of funny. You know what I'm talking about. And I remember, Joel, I was actually, Tammy stated earlier, I was a user of the service where I was renting a server to be able to host my first website. And I remember people were needing some files on PDF and so forth. And I created a website where people can just access these things. We're talking way back here and these years, 1997, 2000, and so forth. And I remember Joel telling me that they had to move into the US. And at the time, I wasn't fully in tune with this kind of technology, and says, oh, am I going to have to find another provider? He says, no, absolutely not. It's just a different address. But as far as you're concerned, everything is the same. So they moved into Texas in a $10,000 square feet data center, not dollar, data center, a square feet data center. And what I really like here is when Joel told me that that was one of my first question is, how much debt does the company have? And Joel would say, well, our data center is paid in full. I said, really? So it's a debt-free company? Absolutely it is. So this is what I really, really like, because that showed me right away that, first of all, the company is profitable and everything is profit from that point on, over and above the expenses of hosting the servers. So, okay, that's awesome. So instead of me kind of keep sharing this information, let's hear from Joel himself from a recording that he did. What's happening on the back end here. Let's watch this together, folks. Let's check this out.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure.
So we just wanted to kind of share with you this segment here for you to have an idea of what's going on in the back end here. I'm just waiting for the...
Yeah, it was pretty neat. Chris and I were in the office, the GotBackup office, about 3-4 weeks ago now. It's time's going fast. Yeah, we were in Texas.
Yeah, Joel and Eve and Mike are absolutely phenomenal hosts. We had a really, really, really good time. And folks, back to the presentation here. You see, there's 2 global trends that we want to talk to you about. You know, if you're an investor or you're looking into placing your money somewhere or putting some time into doing something that will bring you benefits, right? It's important that you understand where the trends are today. And we want to cover this, folks, because data is the new oil. And people have very sophisticated devices, not just cell phones and tablets, but computers. And there's so many things that are coming about. And somewhere you need to store this stuff. And companies are aware of that. And GotBackup is coming at a really, really good time right now. So let's talk about this, Tammy. Let's cover that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see here, there's almost 15 billion smartphones in the world today. There's so many devices. Everybody's got at least one device, if not more. And what are we doing with our devices? We're filling them up. That's the bottom line. Data, 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 whether it's pictures or videos or documents, like everything is paperless now. So that being said, there's a huge opportunity here with GotBackup to really, really leverage financially.
I totally agree. And just going on these slides here, I know this is a bit out of date, but the thing is, I want you to look at the trend from 2011 to 2023. Okay. And you're looking from 6% to 60%. That's 10 times the growth in that period of time. If you look at a slide here, it's a bit more up to date. These are size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2022 to 2030. So we're talking revenues here of $90 billion, close to $500 billion. And I think this is conservative because it'll be a lot more than that because technology keeps evolving every single year. So folks, this is a really strong indication that people are looking for ways or cheaper way, especially in today's economy, to be able to store their precious information on the cloud. Let's start with the cell phone addiction.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, everybody is on their devices a lot. And why? Is because everything is on our devices. When I think about it, you know, we set timers, we set alarms. We have a property in Toronto. We can keep an eye on that. Every time we do our shopping, we have a tap. You guys are all doing this. I mean, we're using these devices for absolutely everything. So massive, massive opportunity here.
I totally agree. And folks, because of that, there is a growing concern about data losses. I mean, Think about it here. 45% of cell phone users, this is close to half. Cell phone users, folks, accidentally damage their cell phones or lost their data. Think about it. Think about losing your precious pictures. This is a piece of your soul that you cannot get back. It is gelled into this device if it's not released in the cloud somewhere. So it's really, really important to back up your stuff. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. And it's probably worse today concerning what's going on with the economy. So, folks, we understand we don't want to lose our devices because it is expensive, but you can't go back 10 years ago and take these pictures back, right? So it's really important that you're conscious about this. Here's another really irritating message.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, before I share these messages, it happened to both Chris and I, where we've lost data in the past. And one thing that happened just around Christmas time last year is one of my external drives was compromised, but thank God everything was already backed up to my backup cloud. So I didn't have to worry about that dramatic moment again when it's happened to us very many years ago. These were when the kids were younger. So it's really hard to deal with when you lose all of these memories. And people are getting these messages over and over and over. I was talking to a girlfriend today, and she is just so tired of getting these messages. And of course, GotBackup is right in the front end for her to be part of this. So people are looking for options, and there's nobody out there that offers what GotBackup offers.
I agree, Tammy. And stick to the end, folks. I'll show you how I'm organized and how seamless and how simple it is to back up your stuff. And it does everything automatically. And I'll show you how this works in a minute. The other trend, folks, is making more money. People have, let's just say the price index keeps increasing in salaries. In some cases, many cases seems to be going down, and people are desperately looking for other options to subsidize. And it's no surprise that making more money, it's another trend. I mean, looking at the 42% of Americans, if I may focus on this stats, because I know that this is a fact, have side businesses. 62% of Gen Z, these are our kids. I'm Generation X, and my kids are Generation Z. They also have their own businesses on the side. What about the rest of the world? What about the rest of the world here, folks? So you can leverage from these global trends with GotBackup. That's what we want to talk to you about. So tell me, let's cover what the main product is all about.
Yeah, so you get 6 terabytes of data storage, and on your account, you can have 5 additional accounts, 5 additional members that have their own password, and you can actually give them a certain percentage of the storage, which is phenomenal. You can divide it up evenly, or you can give some people more. This is a phenomenal family package, and you have unlimited devices that you can use, and all of this for $9.97 a month. We just rounded off $10 a month. But what was really exciting, because Chris and I have been in the home-based industry for so long, is to know that there's nobody out there that offers a business like this where it's all data storage. So for us, it was just a no-brainer. It's like, yes, we're excited, and we just grew.
I totally agree, Tammy. And if you look at a competitor, someone said, well, why should I not sign up with iCloud or Dropbox or Google Drive? And we're not saying that we're better than everybody else. I mean, iCloud offers you a small amount of data, just enough, to back up your cell phone settings for free, right? But then when you start spending the money to back up the rest of the stuff, it becomes quite pricey. Right. But let's compare apples with apples here. $9.99, which is Dropbox, Google Drive. It's all within the 2 terabytes. Here we are with 6 terabytes, 3 times the data storage space for just under $10, $9.97. Okay. Now let's look at the year packages. Now don't quote me on the exact amount, because of course numbers could change, but look at iCloud, about $360, Dropbox, $660, Google Drive, $216. Again, it could vary depending on what packages you have, but within the range of 6 terabytes. again, we're just under $100, folks. And remember, you can share these accounts with unlimited amount of devices. And I know that these cloud service are designed to one device or maybe a few more, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of restrictions that GotBackup actually has none in many, many cases. So it's unbeatable value. So Tammy, let's summarize what we have here before I share how to install this on our phone devices.
Absolutely. So 6 terabytes, $9.97 a month. You can choose to pay for the year up front, which most people do because they save a couple months of payments. You've got unlimited devices that you can use, and that includes up to 6 people on one account. And you can see there's a 30-day money back guarantee, but honestly, I mean, once you set everything up and you see how simple it is, and you get 3 times more storage than the competitors out there, I don't know anybody in the right mind that would want to go back to less. So it's such a no-brainer.
So folks, let's see how simple it is to install this on an iPhone or an Android device. Let's check this out together.
This is a quick walkthrough of how to install your GotBackup app onto your mobile device. In this case, I'm using the Android Galaxy, but the process is the same also on an iPhone. So to download your app, there's 2 ways to do this. You can either come to the Play Store. On an iPhone, it's called just the App Store, and just search for GotBackup. And there it is. Or we could come to our members area and go to use this tool, and then you will see it here on your dashboard. So again, I'm using my Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and it's going to take me to my Google Play Store. If you're on an iPhone, it will take you to your App Store on your iPhone device. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open it. It's going to ask you to log into your account. Go ahead and allow all your notifications so it could let you know that everything's being uploaded properly, and go ahead and put in your unique ID. Once logged in, you will be asked to let GotBackup access your photos and videos on your mobile device. Select Allow. Without having to do anything, an Android upload folder was automatically created for me. Neat! If you are on an iPhone, the folder will be called iPhone Upload. Now, depending on how many photos and videos is on your device, your first backup might take some time. So it is highly recommended that your device is on a charger and is connected to Wi-Fi. It is a good idea to start your first backup in the evening and keep your GotBackup app open and let it back up overnight. One more thing I'd like to point out. If I tap on these 3 little lines on the top left corner and tap on Settings, you will see these 3 boxes under Monitor are automatically checked. Auto Upload will automatically upload all future photos and videos taken on your device to your GotBackup cloud. Camera Roll Upload will back up all existing photos and videos that are stored on your device to your GotBackup cloud. And Upload only on Wi-Fi will only back up your data while connected to Wi-Fi. If you have an unlimited data plan, you can uncheck this. So if I come to my gallery, I'm going to have a slew of pictures from over the years. This is actually Joel's phone, so if I come to my albums, I have almost 1,400 pictures. Alright, so if I come to my app, come back to my menu and click Transfers, you're going to see all my pictures now are uploading. Since this might be a large upload at first and I have a low battery, it's highly recommended that you plug into a power source. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright, now that's finished. We can now see that our Android upload has all been categorized by what year these photos were taken. These were taken in 2021. And this was just recently. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward.
Again,
Yeah, very
folks,
easy, very straightforward for sure.
and-
You
and
don't
this-
have to be a techie.
Yeah, this is what I love about it. And folks, we're going to shift gear right now because, as I mentioned at the end of the presentation, this is a service that everyone needs at a price point that everybody can afford. But also, it's the only cloud storage that pays you. Making money with GotBackup is absolutely amazing. So let's kind of summarize how this works. Let's cover that, Tammy.
Yeah, so we're going to focus on the three highlighted sections here. There's 7 ways that you can earn, and the other bonuses, Chris will go through them very briefly, but they're bonuses as you start building your network. So number 1 is customer acquisition bonus, CAB for short, and that's when you talk to somebody, you send them a referral link, they click on, they sign up at the monthly, the $9.97, you're going to get 200% upfront, which is massive. So let's round everything off there, $10, right? You're going to get $20 every single time somebody clicks on your link and gets himself signed up for the $9.97. And if they decide they're going to pay upfront for the year, you're going to get 50% upfront, which is absolutely massive. The upfront money is so amazing. And you get 25% when they order any marketing packages. They're always going to roll stuff out. Now they have stuff. They're going to have stuff in the future, which is phenomenal. And then you have on the bottom part, you can see customers. If you have people who absolutely don't want to be a member, they don't want to make money, which I don't know very many people who don't want to make money anymore, but customers, absolutely 25% and ongoing. So let me share a couple examples. So if somebody comes in as a direct referral, a member, you're going to get 200% upfront. So if you have 20 people that signed up at the $10, you're going to get $20 times 20 people, $400 commission. And you're not limited to how many people you bring in. And because it's such an affordable product with super high value, it's very simple to bring people in, especially when you let the links do the work for you. And then you have customers here. Example of 20 customers, 25%, 250 times 20, it's $50 ongoing every single month.
I totally agree. And continuing here, folks, on the other ways to make money. See, the first way, folks, this is really awesome because you introduce it to someone and you get paid right away. On the next Friday, you'll have the opportunity to cash in on someone that came in that paid for the year or paid monthly. Really awesome. Now I'm going to shift over to the cycle earning. And just to get an idea of how this works, it's based on the fact that we have 2 trees. Okay. So if you introduce 2 people, it will be one on the left, one on the right. I'll come back to that in a minute. If you have 10 people to introduce over time or 50, some people have brought in hundreds. Again, they have to go either on one side or the other side. So they just accumulate. Now, what you can see here, indirect, is someone that you don't know that introduced someone that happens to fall in one of your sides. And when you see the direct underneath indirect, that's someone that you've introduced that benefits a person you don't know. And that's the power of the 2-team tree. So let me expand on that, on the cycle bonus and how that will benefit you. There are 2 tiers, tier 1, tier 2. What does that mean? Well, tier 2 is just more money than tier 1. So the value is more than double. So let me explain. So step number 1 is you need to remain active. Why would you want to be active? Well, you obviously want to store your data and have access to your data, just like you have access to Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Plus, whatever. So whatever service you use, as long as you pay for your monthly services or you pay for the year, then you're covered. Number 2, to qualify, you need to enroll 2 people, one on your right team and one on your left team. If you're asking what do I need to do in this business, that's what you need to do. And that's what you need to duplicate. So simple. Number 3 is you earn a cycle bonus. How do you earn? How do you get paid? Well, first of all, you need to have 6 people on your team. 2 of them have to be from you personally, but the other could come from the people you brought in. So the moment there's a ratio of 4 to 2, which is a total of 6, what I mean by that is there's 4 people on one side and 2 on the other, it triggers a cycle. And the cycle is based on the company's profitability and based on your rank. And I'll come back to that a little bit later. Folks, this is very, very powerful. My question to you is, how many cycles do you want? 20, 30, 100, thousands, tens of thousands? You understand? And the point I want to share with you here, think of Dropbox, who has 700 million users that took them 7 years to get into momentum there. We have only been for just over 2, folks. So do the math for it. The possibilities are endless. So The other one is the cycle match. Now, this is very, very powerful. Look at these numbers here. Let me explain. Every time you introduce someone to the business and they earn a cycle, you can earn a percentage of those cycles. But to earn that cycle, you need to be a Sapphire. And I'll come back to that on the rank in a moment. And it's really simple to get there. And from there, if let's say you sponsor any one of us here, like you sponsor Tammy, me, or whatever, and I cycle 100 times, well, you will earn 25, the value of 25 cycles, 25%, right? So in other words, if there's 100 cycles, you're going to earn a percentage of my 100, which is 25%, folks. This is really cool, up to a maximum of $1,000. That means if I cycle, I don't know, a couple thousand times, you can't make more than $1,000. You have to move up ranks. So that means you have to have a couple more people to rank up. And I'll explain to that in a minute. Folks, look at this. This can go up to $20,000 from the person that you've enrolled based on their cycles. And you know, some folks are going to grow. They're going to grow. So that's the power of what we have here. And the other bonuses, folks, there are other bonuses that are added on there to add to your income. It's absolutely amazing. And folks, we've done some trainings that explains all that to you. It's all available. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time here, folks, but it's really, really amazing how much income you can earn as the company grows. It's absolutely amazing. Tammy, let's summarize how simple it is to duplicate this.
Yeah, so just position yourself, get yourself signed up. And the first goal is to bring in two. Chris showed you the 2-team structure, one left, one right. Super simple. And once you do that, you're recognized as a copper. And go out and get a couple more people. Actually, don't even stop telling people about this, because everybody needs to hear about this, regardless whether you're making money. People need this value. In today's world, people need value. It's absolutely massive to be able to share that with people. So go get a couple more, and then you duplicate this within the people that you've brought in. And the simpler you keep it, the duplication of 2, the more powerful your network is going to grow. And it's a $20 annual fee to be a member to earn. Customers, they don't pay for the annual fee, but they don't earn. Okay. And then you decide you want to pay monthly or yearly. And it doesn't matter which one. The compensation plan is the same for everybody. So you can pay monthly. Most people pay yearly. It's simple. Again, more value. You save a couple months of payments.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Folks, right now we are servicing 156 countries. That means that we have people in 156 countries that have installed the app on their phones or the app on their computer to back up their stuff. 156 countries. This is really amazing. So we're about to reach the maximum amount of countries that are out there. So that is exciting. The other thing, folks, that's really important here is babies cry for it, adults die for it. It's recognition and achievement. It also has an impact on the income that you're going to receive. As a bronze, that means that you sponsored one person and got backup. As a copper, now Tammy talked to you about the duplication process. 1% on your left, 1% on your right. That is a copper. When you're asking me, what do I need to do to build and to make money in this business? You have to duplicate that. You start with yourself, introducing one on the left, and every time a person comes in, you duplicate the process. And as you keep doing this, you're going to move up as a silver, because someone that you've personally enrolled, or from someone that you've personally enrolled, you reach a copper, boom, you become a silver. It's not really, really hard. As a gold, you sponsored 5 people. 3 out of that, it may not even be your personals, but it comes from someone that you're introduced, became copper. Boom, you're a gold. And there's 25 people on your team. Now you start earning some of the bonuses that we talked to you about, starting with number 4. As a platinum, you help another person to become copper, and there's 40 people on your team. Now you move up. Now what's happening is you're moving from, you remember when I talked about tier 1 and tier 2? Well, you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2 from every cycle. So you're doubling your money. It's actually a little more, for not doing anything more with the existing business. That is awesome. Now, you remember, as a Sapphire, you help another person becoming copper, and now there's 50 people on your team. You see what's going on? So the increment is very reasonable. And from there, as a sapphire, you start earning matching cycle. Remember when I saw from 1,000 to 20,000? That's when it begins. And then you move up as an emerald, ruby, and we had a few emeralds and rubies and platinums in the past week or so that
Mhm.
all have ranked up. Very soon they're going to be hitting diamonds, double, triple, blue, red, and black diamond. So, folks, it's just you just open up the compensation plan generosity towards your direction by qualifying for these ranks, by helping others ranking up. Again, how do you do that? Duplicate the process. Let's talk about the support system.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, just keep it really simple. You're going to go up in the ranks just keeping everything simple. And there's this really simple graph that you can follow. And we have a lot of support. There's so much value in this $10. It just blows me away all the time. You have personalized referral links. Chris is going to briefly show you some stuff in his back office. You have personalized landing page. You have an email marketing system that's built in to the back office. And I know that, Chris, you've spent a lot of money over the years with your email marketing systems, and this is built in for GotBackup. You have marketing tools. You have regular online presentations. This is one of them, the company presentation Wednesday night. We bring Joel in. Usually it's once a month. We'll bring the owner of the company into our Wednesday night sessions. And there's multiple languages now of people that are presenting just like we're doing in different parts of the world, which is absolutely exciting. And there's team trainings that are going on. There's a company training every Saturday morning. Chris and I actually do it, and just getting people started right, walking them through the process of everything. So Chris, go ahead and share some stuff.
Sure, absolutely. And by the way, this Saturday, we're going to be talking about how to take advantage of the internal wallet. That's part of your back office over and above the orientation Temi and I will do on this coming Saturday. Folks, we have a product that everyone needs, a business that everyone can afford. My recommendation is if you're here as a guest and you were invited here by someone in a company, click gotbackuplive.com. Just go to gotbackuplive.com. And from there, get started. It is instant. The moment you enroll, you have access to all the tools. Let me give you a quick example just to show you how this looks on the back end. Let me just shift over to the screen. This is my back office. You can see your rank is right over here, and then you have your tools here. If you click on use this tool, this is the very first thing you want to do, and you want to make sure the person you introduce to GotBackup does also. It will take you to this page here. You can see here, it shows you the percentage of the cloud that I'm using. And also, these are where you can download the apps for your computer. Once you've installed that, it starts backing up your stuff on your computer. Nice and easy. I'll show you a little bit in a minute here. These are videos that will show you how to install these if you have a bit of a hard time. But the install is just very simple on the Mac or on the PC. These one over here is for your mobiles, but for the mobile, you don't really need to log into the back office. You can just go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, look for GotBackup, install it, log in, and let the software do the tool as you saw in the video. Really straightforward over here. If I click on auto login, or I simply go to gbucloud.com, it'll take me to my cloud. These are 3 computers that I backed up. And I know there's going to be some announcement very, very soon, folks, is right now you won't see that show file. Right now, you can just do a restore. And again, we've done some trainings on that, how you can restore from the cloud back to your computer. But here's the thing, folks. If you click on this little button here, you can see this is my computer. These are all the files on my computer. If I want to go to my specific user account, this is all the stuff, my desktop, my document, my download, everything is in here, folks. And again, on the training Saturdays, you can pick up some of those trainings. They are on the GotBackup Cloud, the GotBackup YouTube channel. And just get back with the person who invited you here today. They'll show you everything is, because we do that every single Saturday. If you're not familiar with this, make sure you show up on Saturday, and we'll make sure that you have access to this information. So again, it's very straightforward. These are my computers here. Okay. Now, if I go on, I want to check my phone. Well, here it is. This is, if I had an Android device, it would say Android upload. Because I have an iPhone, it says iPhone upload. I double click on that. You can see here all the years for my pictures. I really started in, there's a few years here missing. I don't know why. But anyway, so if you go to 2024, what's up? You go here from January to December. And by the way, when I was pointing out this has nothing to do with GotBackup. It's just me. For some reason, I didn't store these files in those very well in those years. But obviously, as you can see here, I did. And GotBackup just took whatever's in my phone and brought it into GotBackup. And you can see here all the months are here. In 2025, obviously, we're in the month of, look at this. That's the month of April. So the moment we start with the month of May, 05, the directory will be created and all my pictures will show up in there. This is what I love about it. It does it automatically. And the other thing here is this is the collaborate and share. You can drag and drop. You can see some of the trainings we've done on Saturday, even last Saturday I showed you. You can drag some files right in here. It will copy the files. I don't recommend to put that in the root directory, but you can put them in these directories or whatever it is for you. But organization is absolutely critical. I know Tammy is super organized now, where before she had no idea what she has. Now she knows. And these are basically where I keep all my stuff here. This is different computers and all the files. And you can collaborate and share. You can share a link with anybody to look at this. So again, very, very simple. If I click on this very quickly and I go to, for example, some trainings that we've done. If I click on that, there we go. You can see, let me go back here. Let me click in 2024 and I can turn around. And if I double click on those, you and I can collaborate and share this particular PowerPoint. Okay. So I can share with you this document and you and I can work on those. This is so powerful. You see what I'm talking about, folks? So what's happening here is it's an awesome service. And there's so much more coming that makes me super excited. The last thing I want to share with you here is reseller tools. So now you want to tell someone else about it. Well, when you click on those, it will take you to this site over here. And you're going to see here all these links. And I know there's new links coming in. You're going to hear about them, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. Really awesome. There's just going to be other funnels, but these are funnels. That's someone that has no idea about what it's all about. That is someone over here that wants to sign up on the spot. You can see down here, if I'm doing some Facebook ads, I can use those. If let's say you're talking to someone and a little bit procrastinating, should I start? Can I trust this? They can try it for 7 days and see how the system works. That's the perfect link for it. Okay. So folks, at the end of the day, it's an awesome service. All the tools are here to access your business, access your leads, all this stuff from people that are opting in. And again, go back to our trainings to get a better understanding of what we have to offer here. So folks, again, just to remind you that if you're starting and you're brand new and you haven't started yet, go to gobackuplive.com and just enroll. The system will recognize who sent you that link and you'll end up into their team. It's so awesome. Take advantage of this. Tammy, as we end this presentation here, is there anything else you want to add?
I just love the fact that I'm so much more organized. I used to have Dropbox, Google Drive, paying here, paying there, all spread out. And now everything is so organized in one platform. And I absolutely love GotBackup. So, yeah. So if you're looking for that, definitely sign up because I was very impressed with everything. Mm-hmm.
So folks, listen, it was a real pleasure. Join us on Saturday for this presentation. I know on Friday, Tammy and I do a presentation every Friday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern time. We share this within our team, within our groups. You're very welcome to join in. And at the end of the day, folks, we are very passionate about this opportunity. Take advantage of this. We are in a growth momentum right now. And again, it's a service that everyone needs, an opportunity that everyone can afford. And the potential is really endless. It's up to your desired outcome. So have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your feedback and comment. And we'll see you on our next webinar. Bye for now.